Today is Sunday the 16th of October 2016. This is the motorhome and caravan exhibition at the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham, UK. This vehicle is Dethleffs Magic Edition. It is the T3 DBM, and starting off with the price, it is £68,000. Length is 741, width 233, external height 294. Now this, if put on 3,850, it gives a 786 payload. However, you might want to put down to 3,500, which will still give more than 400 kilos of payload, which is probably more than sufficient. Let's look at the heavy stuff. You've got your water you're carrying, you've got your fuel, and you've got yourselves. That's the main heavy stuff. There may be more heavy stuff, but that's the things that you take into consideration. Now, looking at the back as well, we can see there's a very big garage, so you're going to get bicycles in there, should that be required. Now, coming in, we have plenty of sitting room around the table. This table moves to where you want it to be, and so you could, in theory, so you can get two people here, one person there, another there, and two in the seats. So you've got there space for 6 people, should you so require. There's sleeping space for 2 people and belts for 4. I understand that in the UK you can actually, you don't have to wear a belt if there isn't a belt if you're not going in the direction of travel. I may be wrong on that one, I am not certain. But that's something I learned this week. One thing I would point out, and it's probably not necessary, but I want to say it anyway, is that with this, there's plenty of headroom up there, so that they haven't tried to put anything in the bulwark except this fantastic panoramic light. So you've got plenty of lights going to be streaming in, and you've got another one there as well. So that's really outstanding. But because of the position of this chair, if you are really tall, get into the you should do this in any vehicle in any case, get into the vehicle, try it out, you just have to pretend you're driving. Make sure that with your foot comfortably on the clutch or on the brake, depending if it's an automatic car. This one, as you can see, is a 6-speed manual gearbox on a Fiat chassis. Always see if you can get in and that you're comfortable in it, that you've got space, because you're going to probably spend a fair bit of time behind the wheel. Now, I tend to go somewhere and I stay there a long time, but even so, there are days when I'm driving for a very long time. So that's something I think worth trying. I think in this case though that there really is plenty of space even for the tallest people. I just mentioned that. This vehicle has a queen bed at the back. So walking past the kitchen, British spec, it's got an oven, and we've got steps at either side getting into the queen bed. Now with queen beds, it can often be the case, again, try them out, see that the bed isn't too short for you. Thinking now of tall people above all. We've got hanging space at either side, and what's under there is access from the garage. Now, a rather clever little feature here is that, so we've got the toilet in there. Now, should you so desire, you can close this door here, and there's the toilet. You can slide this piece across like that, should you want to block it from the a person in this one, which obviously is a polite and correct thing to do. And I don't think I've seen that in any other vehicle. I've got a feeling it may not be particularly practical. I see there's a runner on both sides. Maybe a curtain would be more practical, but then again, a curtain can be embarrassing. So just make that point. It's quite good. Now here, these doors look quite flimsy, but they're joined together magnetically, and you can get into the shower there should you so need. There is a little bit of space that to sit on when you're trying to get your feet clean. There's 2 plug holes In this case, it's got a bit of carpet as the duck board. I think that's to keep it clean during the show, rather than the carpet coming with it. You don't need a duck board if the toilet isn't in the same place, for obvious reasons. You won't be going in the shower except to shower, so you won't be trailing wet in through with you. I think this is a very good vehicle for long-term use. I'd be happy to live in something like this. It's really very nice.